How's it going, everybody? It's Pride here, and welcome back to another Q&A video. So I got a pretty good amount of questions here for you guys. Let's go ahead and start it off with the first one, which is, did you plan on being a YouTuber and streamer, or did it kind of just happen? What kind of jobs did you do before YouTube? So I never really, I guess, intended this to be a job. I started off, mainly wanted to make COD montages when I bought my first capture card, or at least my brother bought our first capture card, since we always shared a setup for the longest time until like literally 3 months ago. And this was years and years. We're talking 6-7 years that I've been on YouTube doing regular videos. It's only been like 2 years that I've actually had a good growth in subscribers, and I'm up to almost 150,000 at this point, which is still insane to me. But definitely was never intended to be some type of job. I just mainly wanted to make commentaries like scene anners and montages like Grizz. So basically I wanted to be cool. And if that's not the description of cool, then I don't know what is. But did I have a job before doing YouTube? No. This is kind of weird, but this is kind of like my first job, which is real bad, but hey, it's a cool job. I immediately got the job that I wanted, which might be bad for the future if it doesn't work out, but I'll let my future self worry about that. By that point, I'll be half man, half weasel, and I'll be able to squeeze into a hole and eat cheese that falls on the floor. I'm set in the future, I think. How did you adopt Cookie, or when did you get her? So, by the way, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is also, is that picture in my profile actually my dog? And of course, that's Cookie the dog. That's my dog. I've made videos with her, short videos where she just comes out and I'm holding her, but definitely not photoshopped in my hands. So the way we got Cookie the dog was kind of like a weird story, because we actually were not supposed to get Cookie the dog. Originally, my mom's friend from her job, her dog had puppies, and she had a shit ton of puppies, couldn't really keep them all, decided to give some away to different friends. We're supposed to get a different dog that wasn't Cookie the dog, so I think it was like a black and brown dog. But the day that they were supposed to give the dog to us, apparently they had gotten really attached to that specific dog. I think somebody in their family, like a kid or like a grandparent or something, they got really attached to that dog and didn't want to give that specific dog away, so they ended up giving us another dog, which turned out to be Cookie the dog. So I mean, everything happens for a reason, and now we have basically God. And now I wish that was actually the story that I could tell, saying that that was how I got Cookie the dog. But originally, I'd say, I'm 23 now, so about 20 years ago, demonic wizard came to me in my dreams, said, soon you will get a dog. The dog's name will be Cookie the dog. You will not know where it came from. You will open the door to your room, it will be there, and you will live with it. And that was it. That was all the info that I got. But I remembered it. I remembered it all this time, and then about 4 years ago that happened. Actually came true. And that is how I got Cookie the dog. She's been eating my time ever since. What's your game of the year so far? Probably God of War. I haven't played many games this year, to be honest. There's been a shit ton of games, and I feel like I find myself not getting a lot of them. I definitely want to start getting more of, especially the bigger releases, getting all of them and then making a video on them. But so far, God of War has been one of the biggest surprises, considering God of War as this fucking third-person hack and slash, just destroy everything. And then it kind of turned into a game with pretty damn good combat and an amazing story to go along with it. So, it was a big surprise for me. Definitely the game of the year so far, in my opinion. Although Red Dead is coming out, so who knows what'll happen. There's still a couple good months of games. Who streamed first, you or your brother? Who followed in whose footsteps? Now this one, I don't think there really was a person who did something first. So originally, my brother was really into sports games, Madden, NBA 2K or whatever. And he never really played much of Call of Duty. I played a bunch of Call of Duty. Originally Call of Duty 4. That was a game that I started off on. He never really played it that much, but then, he would see me playing it, and then I would want him to play it, and then he got interested in it, and he picked it up, And then pretty soon after, we started watching, you know, montages on YouTube, commentaries from different people. Like I said in the first question, you know, people who inspired me like Grizz and C-Nanners and Hutch. And then he ended up buying a capture card for us. I remember when we went to Best Buy and we saw a Dazzle capture card, which is a standard definition like 480p capture card. And I remember like being like, I want this. I want to get that capture card, and telling him like, you know, buy it so that we can start recording. He's like, all right, should I get this right now, or do you want to wait like a month so that we could get an HD capture card, which was the Hop-Hog capture card? And of course, you know, being a sensible person about 8 years ago, I said, let's get that standard definition capture card now. But it didn't work out that way. He didn't end up buying it. But the funny part was literally later that same day, we ended up buying the HD capture card off of Amazon. And then it came a day later and we had HD capture. So it would have been really weird if I had started off recording in standard definition, even though we kind of did, because when we started off recording, even though we had an HD capture card, we didn't have an HD TV. So if you go back to like my first uploads, like literally first couple of COD uploads, they're all like stretched out standard definition because our TV was in HD. So it was really weird. We obviously inevitably got that HD TV, and I don't think any of us really started recording or streaming before the other. We pretty much started at the exact same time. I think we created our YouTube channels even like 5 days apart or something like that. So we've been growing together this whole time on YouTube. Obviously he's a much more popular channel than me, but still, I play Dark Souls, so that makes me cool. You ever gonna make shirts? Dog, I got shirts. I got them. I did think I would answer the question because it has been a long ass time since I actually have plugged my store. I do have a merch store. I don't really have many designs, and I haven't put a new design in a long ass time. It would be cool to put a new design. I just, you know, the ideas, I don't know. Should it be a one of Cookie the Dog, a Weasel one? Leave your suggestions. People wanted like an Artorias one, which I don't think I could do unless it's like a art of his that somebody does specifically for me. You know, I can't just take somebody else's art. But I have 2 designs on there. I will link it in the description if you want to go see them. Specifically this guy who asked if I was ever going to make shirts and sell them. They are there. Or a mug. You want a sticker? They're there too. And if you are one of those people that maybe wants to send some fan art that would possibly go on a shirt, one of the questions that was asked is, what is the easiest way to send pics of fan art your way? And I would probably say Twitter is the best. If you have a Twitter account, you can just @ me. My Twitter is always in the description of every single one of my videos. I guess it'll be the second link after the merch store in the description. If you want to send me fan art, I will 100% see it if you send it to me through Twitter. That is the best way, for sure. And I think one of the most important questions that I got, which was, favorite color of cheese, question mark? Oh wait, there was an edit. Edit. What is your favorite color of cheese? I need to stop doing these fucking cute. White. I only like white. Calm down, alright? I'm talking about cheese. Why do you suck at pairing? Is a question that I've been asked many times, and why don't I just parry everything is another question. Now, I wouldn't say that I suck at pairing. You know, maybe the gameplay might say otherwise. But I feel like there are different types of pairing. I was, at one point, I would say pretty decent at the setup parry. Different types of setup parries. If you watch my dueling videos, a lot of times, I don't ever go for parries. I do have a shield, and I rarely use it. You could say one of the reasons is because I actually want to use the weapon. I don't want to parry every single person and one-shot every single person because that would be boring. A nice, like, predicted, well-placed parry. For example, no HP, throw out a charge right trigger attack, which is easily a whiff. He thinks that you're open, he runs to you, goes for an attack, and then you parry. Basic setup parry attack. One-shot the guy when you have that low HP. In my opinion, that is way better than, like, blocking the first hit and then parrying the second hit, which, I mean, anybody can really do. Although, after I did stop, like, dueling so much and did more invasion videos, which you'd imagine, you know, more invasions, that's more of a chance that you would want to one-shot people and, like, instantly put down phantoms. I feel like I have gotten worse at setup parrying since that point. But I guess it's just because I stopped doing it so much, is the answer. And can Cookie parry better than you? Yes. Yes, you can. Would you see yourself doing a playthrough of The Witcher 3? Witcher 3 is one of the most popular games, but I actually have passed the main Witcher 3 game. Now, the one thing that I haven't passed is the DLC, but the way I see it is I don't know how much interest there would be in watching a DLC playthrough of my character, even though, I mean, since nobody has really seen the choices that I've made. And I don't think there really is a way to show every single choice that I've made, especially since I passed Witcher 3 like a year ago, 2 years ago or something like that, and I can't remember really a lot of the choices myself. I think I picked Yennefer at the end, you know, the girl with the black hair, because I thought she was the hottest. I think. I can't remember, to be honest, though. But I have not passed the 2 DLCs. I actually did buy them to play them recently, and I kind of have been holding off because I've been thinking in my head, maybe I want to do a playthrough of these. But then also you have games coming out, so I don't know how much, you know, I would want to put into those playthroughs. Honestly, I have really no idea. It really depends on if people want to see that. So I guess just let me know. This is more of a question to you guys. Are you going to play the new Smash Bros. Ultimate? Probably not. I don't really play fighting games much. My brother might play it, though. Obviously, most of you guys know about my brother who uploads videos. He does different fighting game stuff on his channel. If you guys want to go check that out, you can. I will link it in the description, or you can go to the first person in my sub box whenever you click on my channel, or just go to youtube.com/superman049, and that is his YouTube channel. If you enjoy fighting games, you'll probably like his channel. A guilty pleasure game for you, a game that most people overlook/hate, but you sincerely love to play. Dark Souls 3. Except for the last part where it also says that you love to play it. At this point, I only tolerate it. Slightly. Do you plan on playing Anthem next year? Every time I think about that game, like, it looks so uninteresting to me. It's insane how uninteresting that game looks to me. Like, at a scale of 1 through 10 of excitement, that game is like at a 1. It looks kind of cool, like the graphics look cool, but I have a feeling that game is going nowhere at all. I don't know if I will be playing it. If I get like a free copy, I might play it, and if it looks cool when it's coming out, and I could maybe get, you know, some fun videos from it, I'll probably buy it. But other than that, there's no real plan to play it so far. If you could change one major aspect of any Souls game, what would it be, and in which game? Probably in Dark Souls 3, since that is the one that I do play the most. And I would have some type of thing that either lets phantoms hit each other, like, you know how the hosts have the seed that allows the NPCs to hurt the invaders, maybe something like that. Or just by default, as soon as somebody invades, the phantoms and the hosts could hit each other. It would just make gang spanking so much easier, because at this point, it's just a cesspool, man. It really is. I play at soul level 140, and boy, oh boy, is my joy is quickly dipping for that game. Like, when I came back after I played Dark Souls Remastered for like 2 months only, I was really enjoying Dark Souls 3. But then, man, like, I started seeing just the same thing. You know, lag is funny until a certain point. Until you're only getting laggy people and you just can't deal with it. And then you feel like you're doing a bad stream. And then you feel like you're going to be making a bad video because you're getting frustrated. And then that makes you even more frustrated. So I definitely need to start, like, trying other soul levels. The only thing about other soul levels is anything under, like, 80 is incredibly boring for me. Even though people aren't going to one-shot you at soul level like 50, you're also going to take like 20 hits to kill them, which in my opinion is just so boring for a video. One invasion will take the same amount of time as like a gang spank, because the one guy is going to take so long to kill. And that's just my opinion. Maybe I'll try like very high max soul level, like 300 above 351, where I get like basically to 900, because that's like a mixture of idiots and a mixture of really good gankers with horribly scary builds. So, you know, I'll definitely need to try a couple different things out. And again, the only problem is the fact that you don't get invasions. I think that's the biggest problem so far. But definitely the thing I would change from Dark Souls 3 would be the fact that the phantoms and the hosts could injure each other. Besides any of the Soulsborne games, what was your favorite playthrough / series that you uploaded to YouTube? Maybe my Doom playthrough. I just enjoyed that game so much, man. I did it earlier this year, It seemed like a bunch of people really liked it, especially towards the end. The views were surprisingly picking up a pretty good amount. And it just goes to show, man, a game like that holds up incredibly well. It came out in 2016. And then also you had the mixture of hype because they had just released like teasers and stuff for Doom Infinite Ultimate. What's the new one called? Prepare to Die Edition. But that might be like my favorite series or playthrough that I've done that's not related to any of the Soulsborne games. Alright, now on to the next question. Ooh, it looks like a good one too. You're bitten by a radioactive weasel. One that enhances your DNA with weasel-like attributes, reflexes, the ability to dig holes really well. What do you do with your newfound powers? Now this is just a fantastic question, and I want to say thank you for bringing it into my life. So the first thing I would do is probably dig a hole to China. If I could dig holes really well like a weasel, it's a hole straight down through the magma. Obviously weasels have the fur that hardens up where no heat affects them. They're pretty much invincible. Probably be like a vigilante in China and then just go right back to the hole. And I'm going back and forth every day, right? They're incredibly fast. They have the agility there as well. 35 seconds from China to LA. Very quickly. But nobody will ever catch the weasel that's a vigilante in China because I don't live in China. I mean, it's a perfect plan if you want to be a superhero, and what better way to be a superhero than be Weasel Man? Do I still have man stuff? Am I half man? I guess that's a question to the person who asked me that. Am I half man, half weasel? Can I turn into a weasel? A full 100% weasel? Are there drawbacks to it? Apart from the fact that whenever you go from weasel to man, you get more handsome as man. But I think that's the first thing that came into my head. Become a superhero in China. Alright, on to the next one. How do you feel that the most liked comment at this moment is asking about your dick? And do you have an Instagram? And then the funny part is that second question, but there's always going to be that type of question whenever you ask a public audience. Even in public, if you went out right now, if I went outside and asked people 4 questions, that would be a troll. But do I have an Instagram? I do. I actually just made it recently, like literally 2 weeks ago. For some reason, I never had one. And I do want to start posting more pictures of myself or Cookie the dog and, you know, stuff that I do. You can type it in yourself on the screen if you want, or I'll just link it in the description as well. It'll be in there. So if you want to follow me, you can see pictures of Cookie the dog. You can see pictures of my face that I actually do post there if you've never seen that. People still ask for a face reveal in 2018. I did one in 2016. I did one in 2017. I guess I haven't done one recently. Maybe I should. I might soon. We'll see. Any chance you'll play some Monster Hunter World on your channel? So I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt and assume that maybe he wasn't here when the game came out. But yeah, I actually do have a playlist of full-on Monster Hunter gameplay. I played it for about a month. I think I uploaded like 30 videos on it. I haven't played it in a while. I don't think I will. There's not really any interest to go back and play it, if I'm being completely honest. I know there are new monsters, but it's just, you know, the same thing. It's like one monster, you go in there, you fight it. And I think the fun part is grinding out the weapons and getting different weapons from that monster. And I don't really want to do that because I know that I'm probably not going to use those weapons much, because I'm not going to play the game much anyways. It was incredibly fun. I put like 60 hours into the game. But I feel like I got just about all I need from it. I played the full story, did a full playthrough on the story, and then, you know, did a bunch of monsters after the fact. So I'm good with it. I don't think I'll be playing it again, but you can watch those old videos if you want. I actually have gotten that question multiple times if I was going to play it at any point. So I thought I would answer it. And now for the last question. Games at good, so you are that come how? Just go follow me on Twitch, man. You'll get your answer there. Twitch.tv/lprod_. Not the word underscore, a literal little line underscore because some dickling took prod. You'll get your answer there. Alright. That is going to be it for today's Q&A video. I think I'm kind of on track to do at least one of these every single month. It gives me kind of like a free spot for a video, and I get to answer your guys' questions. I probably will be doing more of these like commentary type of videos where I go more in depth into specific questions that require more time. Like specifically, I wanted to answer a question about Dark Souls 3. You know, how long will it last? You know, will I still be playing it in a year? I definitely wanted to make a video talking about all of that shit related to Dark Souls 3 in a video here pretty soon. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. If you made it this far, a like is also very much appreciated. Hope you guys have a good day or night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace, everybody.